So guys, yesterday we had the Planet BR changes coming up this month, right? And with that, I would like to suggest 5 things that I would change in that list regarding missiles, BRs, and other things like that. Of course, they are waiting for our feedback, so I will leave the links in the description for you to leave your feedback. Leave 1 aircraft per comment on the suggestions because they wanna make these organizers. And basically the idea of the video is to give my idea that what I would change 5 things on that BR change list. Okay, so let's get going. The first one would be a new missile for the F-14s. Yes, the F-14s are going up in BR. The A in the Iranian is going to be, they're going to be 12.7, and the B variant will be 13.0. But guess what? In the same BR change and in the game right now, we have 2 aircraft that are 13.0 that use way better missiles than the F-14B. The Su-27 that has 10 missiles, 4 of them being R-73s, and then the F-15A with its 4 AIM-9Ms are all going to be 13.0. So the F-14B is going to be 13.0. So what I suggest is having the F-14B with the AIM-9M. It would make a lot of sense to make that aircraft not suffer. Is it really necessary? The aircraft was going to change completely? No, but it would make it a lot more fun. Remember, the F-14B is an aircraft that is from the late 80s, so it needs to have late 80s missiles, just like some of the other aircraft that are in 13.0 BR, okay? And in the F-14A, we have the early model that is going to 12.7 together with the Iranian one, right? But yes, the Iranian one is way better in the missile department than the early model in the terms of BVR. So what I suggest here is that the F-14A early receives a new AIM-9, the AIM-9L, to actually be on par to a certain extent to other aircraft that are 12.7, like the MiG-29s, the F-16s, and stuff like that. Meaning that the Iranian would have a better BVR, and the early would have a better dogfighting missile, which means that both of them would be competitive. It just makes sense. There's no reason why these 2 missiles, the AIM-9M to the F-14B and the AIM-9L to the F-14A early, are not added yet, especially with the going up in BR. So this is my first suggestion. The second one is that I still believe that tanks should be decompressed to 12.3, not only 12.0. That would help a lot in ground battles, top tiers. We do have a problem of compression in the game, in the aircraft department. People can say it didn't change anything, that it's the same, that no, it did change the game. If you play a lot of top tier, you will notice that. If you play a lot of top tier, you see a lot of top tier. If you play a lot of 13.0s, you see a lot of mixed battle ratings between top tiers and lower tiers. If you play 12.0s, if you play 10.0s, if you play 11.0s, you will see that the BRs indeed decompressed by a lot, and it is a good change. The problem is that a lot of people, including content creators, don't realize is that they took too much time to actually add these Planet BR changes that we're gonna have right now. They should have been added a long time ago, just after the decompression happened. So with the tanks, we need to have this type of thing as well. We need to have the decompression up to 12.3, and with that, of course, shortly after that, a BR change that really finesse and pick point and just overall shape the new BRs, because you see a lot of BRs that are just really weird in the aircraft right now just because of that, because they decompress it and they didn't do like a really like a finessing kind of situation where they just change little things here and there to make it perfect, right? So hopefully they do that with things, okay? The third change is another one of these little ones that I think should be added. As you notice, the BR changes are going to change the BRs of some F-16s, right? So I still believe that the F-16s that are going down should be changed. So the MLU, the ADF, they're all going down to 12.7. What I suggest here is that all of them get the AIM-120 or the AIM-9M at least, and they stay on the same BR of 13.0 without the A120s, or 13.3 with the A120s, especially the MLU and the Italian ADF, since there are two nations there that really could use different versions of aircraft that could take, you know, the A120s and stuff like that. So, I mean, like I said, on the very least, the A9M and the remaining at 13.0, because now we will have a weird pattern where a lot of people are complaining about this, where we will see the Block 10 and the Block 15/20 being in the same BR, you know, which is kind of weird. So, but they're not that good right now to remain at 13.0 in the way that they are. So what I suggest is stay on 13.0 with the ADF and MLUs, get the AIM-9M, or even get the AIM-9M, get the A120 and get an increase in BR to 13.3, at least on the MLU, the Chinese one, and the Italian ADF. This would mean that it would help those tech trees having other options of Fox 3 launchers, together with fixing the actual you know, F-16s that don't really have a place, and they're really weird right now, and they could take these missiles, so it's kind of weird. And the fourth one is kind of on that line of thinking as well, because I still believe a long time, I've been talking about this, but the MiG-29s, the 912s and the 913s should get the R-73 and be moved to a higher BER, even if it means removing the R-27ERs and ETs. I don't think it would be too much of a problem because of the Fox 3s. I mean, they are literally adding the Su-27 to 13.0 that can carry 4 R-73s and 6 R-27ERs and, you know, 2 ETs and stuff, if you can choose 4 ERs and 2 ETs, right, in 13.0. So there's no reason why the MiG-29s are still at 12.7 without the R-73. They should be moved to 13.0 with the R-73s and be on par with the other fourth generations that we have there. I think it's kind of crazy that a MiG-29 is going to be the same BR as an F-14A from the 70s, right? Especially because of the missiles that it doesn't get. So this would make every single Russian, Italian, and German main happy, because finally you would have early fourth generation that would be very, very strong with the R-73s, especially with the flight model of the MiG-29 being kinda weird sometimes. This would mean that the aircraft would be a proper 13.0 that you can use to grind. Of course, this would mean that the MiG-29G, for example, would not really have a place, you know. It's kind of weird, but it is basically bringing all the MiG-29s, 912s and 913s to the level of the MiG-29G. Maybe for Germany, they don't even need to do that, because technically the East German one, 12.7, you know, they didn't get the R-73s in time. It would make sense to have both of these MiG-29s. But for the Russians, having the normal 913 with R-73s at 13.0 would make sense. And of course the Italians with the 912B having at 13.0 with R-73s as well. So this is my opinion. Of course, you can always criticize, but like this is my opinion, and I just think we really would benefit from that, and it would be really, really cool to have all these F-16s, all these MiG-29s, all these F-15s and Su-27s and F-14s now in the same BR ranges with the properly good missiles that all these aircraft deserve, okay? And the last one is one that it is controversial. The French mains, you're gonna attack me, but I still believe that the Mirage 2000 CS5 should be 12.7. It has one of the best IR missiles in the game, a powerful radar with some enoughly good missiles, and an amazing flight model that can win basically against everybody in a dogfight. And it is facing too many third-gen jets. Like, it suffered from this a while back, and it was just kind of crazy how the Mirage 2000C was just facing MiG-21s and F4Es and stuff. But right now it's kind of crazy again. It used to be OP because of that. Then it got a higher BR back in the day that made these aircraft to be not the greatest thing ever. But then again, when they decompressed the BR, they changed it up to be in the same level that it was before, fighting a lot of third generations. And I'm sorry, man, the Mirage 2000 It's not my favorite aircraft, but it's not that bad as well. Like, compared to third generations, like, come on. You should be facing some fourth generations. I mean, it does face some fourth generations, but it should be a little bit... The third generation should be a little bit more safer from this thing. So, with the missiles that he has, especially the Magic 2, and the flight performance that he has, it needs to be a 12.7 BR aircraft. You know, I don't say 13.0. I think it's too high, but 12.7... it's the perfect BR for it. It's where the other fourth generations with these missiles are, and yeah, I really do believe that. So guys, these are my 5 changes that I would do to the BR changes. This would mean that the F-14s would be more fun because you would have better missiles with it. The tanks would be decompressed with this. The F-16 MLU and ADFs would be more fun, although they would be harder to use. They would not be top tier, but they would be cool to use. The MiG-29s would be better to use. Right now they're kind of weird to use. And the Mirage 2000 would stop stomping third generation jets. So these are my 5 ones that I think are the most important. Let me know in the comments what you think, and of course, especially go to the link in the description and leave your feedback there in an organized way. Okay, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye guys, see you.